Okay, guys, look at your notes from yesterday. Let's write this on our notes. We forgot to yesterday. A is parallel to B. My teacher used to call them train tracks. A is parallel to B. Train tracks are parallel to each other. Go. Or you should have had it on your table. Okay, A is parallel to B. So, I have to sit here. I like to stand up to do this, but I'm going to sit in so the recorder can hear me. Corresponding to 1 is, I need to hear everybody, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, okay. Since these are parallel, then these corresponding angles are congruent. They're the same measure. Since these are parallel, 1 and 5 are congruent. They're corresponding and they're congruent because these are parallel. If they're not parallel, they're not going to be congruent. And we'll talk about that in a minute. Okay? Now, alternate interior. Alternate interior. 3 and 4 and 3 and 4 and 3 and 4 and, I was waiting to hear everybody. Alternate exterior, 1 and 2 and 8 and 7 and, good. Alternate exterior. Because these are parallel, then those alternate exterior and alternate interior angles are congruent. They're what? Congruent. Right? Any questions about those? We're going to add supplementary angles today. Supplementary angles are not congruent. Supplementary angles, 2 angles that equal 180 degrees are supplementary. 2 angles that equal 180. So, angle 1 and angle 2 equal 180. Show me a 180 degree line, angle with your arms. We've been doing that to do when we did rotation. This is 180 degrees, right? Half a circle, half a dome. Okay? So, from here to there is 180 degrees. Okay? What about 1 and 3? Are they supplementary? What about 3 and 4? 5 and 6? 5 and 8? No. 7 and 5?
No.
Yes. 6 and 8? 2 and 4? 1 and 2? Okay, now, so they're all supplementary. Those were all supplementary except for 5 and 8 that we named. Okay, now they want us to know, those are the easy supplementary angles. They said, oh, they got that. Well, now we need to learn that 3 and 5 are supplementary. Look, 60 plus 120. These are called same side of what? Same side of what? Same side of what? The transversal. They're on the same side of the transversal, guys. Interior. Same side interior. Doesn't that make sense? Interior, inside the parallel lines, on the same side of the transversal. So, they're also supplementary. So, we've got what angles that are same side interior down here? Angle 3 and angle, we're adding it to our notes. Angle 3 and angle 5, angle 4 and angle 6. We're adding to our notes. We're adding to our notes. Write this in first. We're adding this to our notes. Angle 3 and 5, angle 4 and 6 are same side interior. They lie on the same side of the transversal T. Between the lines. That's what interior means. Between the two parallel lines. Okay? Hang on just a minute. All right. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to take our little blue rectangle. And we're going to add supplementary down here. And then we're going to give it to somebody to check. To make sure, and you're going to check with a protractor and make sure that they're correct. Now, supplementary angles add up to what? Let's put add to 180 degrees. They're not congruent. You add to get 180 degrees. We're not going to name them all. We're not going to name them all because there's too many. We're going to give me two that are supplementary from our picture. Angle 1 and angle 2. That'll work. Angle 1 and angle 2 are supplementary. Angle 1 and 4, 2 and 3, 5 and 6, 5 and 8, 6 and 7, 5 and 6, 8 and 7. I mean, we can name a bunch. Now, though, I want to name the same side interior. So, angle 4 and angle 4 and angle, oh, this is mine. Oh, yours is going to be different. I'm sorry. You numbered differently. Yours is going to be different than mine. Maybe. Mine is 1. Let's do mine and then y'all do yours. 1 and 2. And then I've got 4 and angle 5 or same side interior. Let me put my degree measure. I forgot to put it. That protractor's. Okay. This is 30. Hey, guys, did y'all notice something yesterday on the protractor? If that's 30, what do we know that the other one's going to be? 150. It tells us right here we don't even have to subtract. 30 and 150 make 180. Did you guys notice that yesterday? That both of those equal 180 on there? Okay, good. So, did anybody else do 30 and 150? Oh, look at you. Y'all are thinking like the teacher. Okay. But you may have numbered your angles differently than mine. So, help me do mine. So 4 and 5, and then what? 3 and 6. They're supplementary. They're the same side interior angles. These are. Now yours may be a little different than mine because you may have numbered differently. Fill that in and then find your seatmate. Y'all switch. Willie, you switch with Tori. Okay? Check each other's. Get the protractor. Measure their angle. Make sure they have the angle measures right. And then check their corresponding alternate interior, alternate exterior. If you need help checking that, call me over there if you're not sure. What? I'll have to help him and Logan do theirs. So you switch with someone else. Okay? You know what you're going to do? I'm going to turn this off for a minute. So when you finish checking that, doing that, please turn it back on. Okay, everybody, look. Tell me what perpendicular lines mean. Shh. Are those perpendicular? No. Please listen. I've started. Perpendicular lines are two lines that intersect, and when they intersect, they form 90-degree angles. They form 90-degree angles. If one of these angles is 90 right there, then we know that all of them are 90. Please listen. If I draw a line right there, what do these two angles have to equal? 90. So if this, get your calculator ready. If this is 37 degrees, what's this angle? If this is 37, what's this going to be? 53 degrees. Why does it have to be? I heard some crazy answers. Why does that have to be 53? Right. Yeah, I heard some good stuff in there. Guys, these two have to equal 90. If this is 90, look, that right there makes a straight line. So from there to there's 180. But I already told you these two equal 90 by that right there. Guys, do y'all see that that has to be less than 90? So you people that were saying 100 and something, how could it be 100 and something? That's less than 90. That's less than 90. All right? Okay, now, what do you know about these two lines? The light's flashing, it'll be okay. These are parallel? No, they're not parallel. They're not parallel. If I draw a transversal, one does correspond to 5, but they're not congruent. 1 and 5 are corresponding, but they're not congruent. Why are they not congruent? Because these two lines are not parallel. These two lines are not parallel. So 2 and 6 correspond, but they're not congruent. Does everybody get that? Okay. I hope so. Oh, what do you... Tell me what you know about the angles in a triangle. No, not always. Not always. What do you know about the angles in a triangle? They all three have to equal 180, right? So if I tell you, let's say this is, that looks like about 40. That's 50, and that's 90. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to tear these off, these angles, and watch. Do you notice what they make? They make a straight line across here, 180 degrees. Y'all see it? So from here all the way over there makes 180, half a circle. Isn't that cool? I learned that at a workshop a long time ago, and I had never seen that before, and I thought, man, I wish the teacher had done that for me, because angle measures seem to confuse me some, because I was thinking, how could that be, 50 from here to here, there to there? Okay, I'm thinking distance, okay? So degree measure, and see, that makes so much sense, doesn't it, when that makes a 180 degree line. All three angles have to equal 180. I think when you see that, you should remember that from now on. All three angles have to equal 180. What's your name and number? Okay, everybody look at this paper. Everybody look at M and N. Tell me what you know about line M and line N. How do you know they're parallel? Well, they look like they're parallel, but we can't go by that. There's There is something for sure, a reason. Yeah, raise your hand when you know. There is a reason that they're parallel. Not just we can look and they look parallel. I don't want to hear that. Isaac, what do you think? The angle measure. Which one? You're right. Which one are you looking at? What angle? Okay, well, they look congruent, but there's a reason. There's a specific reason. I can look. I don't have to do any work. I can just look at it, and I know that they're parallel. I don't have to do anything. I can look at it. Jay, what do you think? Okay. Well, it doesn't have to. It tells us it's 100, doesn't it? So that's 100. That corresponds down here. So, hey, we know since these are both 100 and they correspond to each other, guess what? We know that line M is parallel to line N. That tells us for sure that they're parallel. Okay? Everybody get that? Okay, look. So at the top, you're going to write T for true, F for false, and then you're going to come down here, look at the answer choices. If you use it once, that doesn't mean you're not going to use it again. You might use it more than one time, so don't mark it out. Look at 10, angle 10. That is the question number. So, well, let me explain this. Somebody didn't understand this a while ago. Guys, 1 through 8, these bold numbers, that's the question number. So if 1, you get true, you come down there, true is in. So 1, you'll find 1 and put an N there. So look at angle 10. Look at angle 10. Raise your hand when you know the measure of angle 10. Calculate, calculate, calculate. Show me on the calculator. Hold your calculator up when you get it. Well, I can't see yours, but just hold it up. Willie, look at Caitlin and see if you guys have the same thing. Mass and show. Hold it up. When you get your answer choice, what you get. Chris. Look at your neighbors and see if you got the same thing. Logan, check Kate. Angle 10. Say together. Good. Boy, a lot of you knew. 114 degrees. How did you get 114? These two, yes, these two angles, guys, are supplementary. They make a straight line. They're going to equal 180. So if this is 66, this has to be 114 because they have to equal 180. 180 minus 66. 114 is L. So in 10, you're going to write an L. 10 at the bottom, you're going to put an L. Does everybody get that? 10. Okay, everybody find number 24, angle 24. Where, raise your hand when you know what 24's measure is. The measure of angle 24, right here. 24 in the middle on the bottom row. Raise your hand when you know the angle measure. You should be calculating or at least subtracting on your paper. Okay. Brooke, what'd you get? Willie, what'd you get? Kristen. Jay. Oh, I thought you had your hand up. I'm sorry. Sean. Tori. David. How'd they get 43? I just did one on the other paper, and you promised me you understood that. Not one person had a question. This is 90 degrees. We just did one on the other paper. I drew it a little differently. Look, guys, right there. We already did one. So these two, that's 90. So these two have to equal 90. So 90 minus 47 is what? 43 degrees. So 43 is S. 24 is S. Next to the last one on the bottom row. 24 is S. Okay, does everybody understand what you're doing? It said to assume that the lines in each figure that do not intersect are parallel. So if they don't intersect, see, they're saying this and this is parallel. Look at the next one. What did they do to them? Turned them. So just turn it around. Guys, hey, I turn papers all the time. Sometimes I can't see it the way they have it, so I just turn the paper. Hello? Turn the paper. Here's my two parallel lines. There's my transversal. Look at there. Look at there. Look at there. Okay? So you're going to do the front. If you finish, start working on the back. It's pretty, you just write all the angles from the given angles. You just put the measure. You don't have to number. Just every angle that you see, you put the degree. Are there any questions? What you're going to do? Hey, what happens if you get stuck? Do you put your pencil down and just sit there? Okay. Yes. And if I'm busy with someone else, you go to another one and wait till I get through and I will come help you. Don't sit there with your hand up, okay? But do not put your pencil down. Okay, go. Do your best.